Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR 07. Today, I just wanted to start off with taking a look at our hero-villain meter, considering we have pissed off the populace and not very many people like us. Even our teammates in the Modified Series hate our guts. So yeah, we're starting to lean towards pure villain status. But let's see what we have going for us today. We have, looks like a truck race at, please don't be Talladega, at Old Spice. Okay, that's the road course, so we actually should do well there. So let's head off to qualifying. We'll see what we have to look at after that, but should do well at the road course. In NASCAR 06, I've done really well there, so I fully intend on having another successful run. Glad the schedule's kind of turning our way after a rough start to the season. But we'll head off to qualifying shortly. Yep, we finally got our first top 5 and top 10 at Martinsville last episode, so things are looking up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Really appreciate it. Definitely enjoying playing this game despite what it may seem. Looking forward to continuing the series as long as you guys keep supporting the series. So be sure to be hitting that like button, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really helps out a lot. It helps out more than you may think. But let's start off qualifying. Assuming our car isn't wrecking loose, we should be fine. Just kind of a reference of how old this game is. There's a Talladega Nights Ballad of Ricky Bobby poster right there. So that tells you how old this game is. But we should have a good qualifying effort here. Now, in this game, it's slightly different. We only get one qualifying lap at the road courses, which is good for time's sake, but bad for if you screw up your lap, you're probably screwed. But remember, we do have this shortcut that we can take here, which I will happily oblige because it is a ridiculously fast shortcut. At least it was in 06. I would assume it is as well here. As this just looks like one of the things that they copied and pasted from 06. There's not very many changes in this game compared to 06. Driver roster, that whatever that percentage meter is. A few slight handling changes, but otherwise, not very many changes. We know we're struggling in a straight line, but once we start getting through some corners here, it'll start looking up for us. And once we take our shortcut, assuming I do everything right, there we go to the pole. And now we just got to avoid being stupid. And we should have a decent starting effort. Will it be a pole? Probably not. But we're just not very fast on the straight line and in these fast corners. But we might if we execute this corner well. Which we do to an extent. We are on the pole. Excellent. I will take that by a lot, actually. It looked like almost half a second. We're not going to make any changes to that, that's for sure. Head back to the menu and head off to the race. But yeah, definitely enjoying this series. I like the way the schedule is set up right now, but again, it all kind of depends on the success of each series as far as the revenue goes, as to whether I will keep these series going or not. I like having a set schedule. I don't like just one day is a random upload or something like that. Those of you who know me in real life, you know I'm very schedule oriented. I really do like having a plan as to what's going on. So that's why I like having the set schedule, and if things go wrong, I will always notify you guys well in advance. But this should be a race we can easily win, so let's hopefully get off to a good lead, not have any issues when the pit stop comes, and maybe even cut off some of this episode, depending on how good of a lead we get. But this should be a good race for us. Got Scott Lagacy Jr. starting right behind us. A couple fantasy drivers starting next to us. I'm not quite sure who that is. I would much rather be on the other lane right now because this second corner is more treacherous than the first. But as long as we have our lane going into the shortcut, we'll be fine. Which we do. Gain us a little time. Especially at these road courses where I really wish we had the how much time you're ahead behind gauge on all the time. Because I really would like to know where we're gaining, where we're losing, what corners we need to work on, stuff like that. But that's fine. We're obviously off to a huge lead already. So I'm going to cut off now, and I will see you guys either when pit stops commence or when a caution happens or something stupid happens. Alright, we are coming now to start lap 8. We are coming in this time by. We have a 3-second lead. I'm interested to see when other cars are going to start pitting. We had the halfway fuel light come on around lap 4.5 or so. It does look like nobody's coming in, so it looks like we're just going to be the first ones to come in, which is fine. Less traffic on pit road for us to deal with. We got to remember this is kind of a weird pit road entry. If I assume everything's the same as 06. So it's kind of a weird pit road entry. We just got to be careful for when the line is. 4 tires and fuel, not going to make any adjustments. We are running really well. So we're just going to kind of see where things end up. Alright, a clean stop. Not a great stop, but a clean stop. Hopefully no cautions came out. Won't really matter since this is such a large track. But we are heading back out. We are staying on the lead lap, but the leader is pretty darn close to us in the 191 truck, sorry. Looks like there is a group of people who came in that time. But nobody came in with us. I wonder, because this is like the second or third time we've came in by ourselves in this game. I wonder if that's just a thing. They wait longer than usual to pit. Because in 06, there was usually like a group of people that pitted earlier than halfway, a group that pitted later around halfway, and then there were a couple people who were right around halfway. But it does seem like a good chunk of the field came in that time. I don't know what line I was running there. I was looking to see who's coming in this time by. Looks like another good chunk of the field's coming in this time by. I assume we're going to inherit the lead and not have any troubles, but I'll keep you guys with me in case if something does happen. But this is obviously a good track. Road courses in general will be a very good thing for us in this game, except for maybe Infineon. But otherwise, road courses in this game usually tend to suit me. And it does look like we're easily going to pass everybody coming off of pit road. Just by how much will we be leading is the question. We're already over 2 seconds, 3 seconds. 4 seconds, so we're going to have a pretty commanding lead. So I'm going to cut off again, and I'll see you guys around the white flag. Alright, we are coming down to take the white flag, sponsored by the Richard Petty Driving Experience. We did make a fairly big contact with the wall on that previous lap, but nothing major. Just in case if you're wondering why the car may look a little different, that would be why. But overall, we've had an excellent race, nothing to worry about. Before we made contact with that wall, we had about a 7-second lead. It feels really nice after the struggles we've had in the first 5 episodes of this series. Even with the success of the modified series, it still feels like a struggle, but it's nice to finally dominate in the truck series. And to finally, I say finally, we've been running a fairly short period of time, but finally win our first truck race. So let's celebrate. Alright, we're just gonna not celebrate. As you guys can tell, my celebration skills have been not used very often since I've been doing Dirt to Daytona and NASCAR Heat 2 and NASCAR Heat Evolution, which have no... How do we have villain points? We were nowhere near anybody that whole race. How do we have villain points? Maybe that's just our reputation now. We're gonna get more villain points regardless. But let's see what we have next on the schedule. We didn't really look to see what we had going on after this race. But overall, dominating win. It's nice to get that off of our backs. Let's see what we got going on. Ryan Newman wants to showdown already. Charity event, probably won't race it. Big win, thank you. But I will assume that showdown is... No, the charity race would be next. Oh, we're going right back to Old Spice for the modified series. The charity race would be at IRP, but that's we're not going to worry about that. But we're going right back to Old Spice, now this time in the modified series. So this is an Old Spice sponsored episode, I guess. Probably could have ran the charity race, but no real need. We might end up doing the showdown, considering I will assume we're going to run away with this modified race as well. So I'm going to assume we can cut off a decent chunk of it. So we'll probably race that showdown as well, just so we can have a decent amount of content. But after the last couple races in the modified series, we definitely could use a good finish here. But we're right back here again. Let's head off to qualifying. Can't quite race it the same as we raced the truck, but it's pretty darn similar. But let's get started here. Get used to the track, even though we're just here. Yeah, I probably could have done that charity event, but I usually don't do the charity events because it's just time, a lot of time in my recording and not really much reward for it. You get prestige, you get some fans, but just not much reward for it. Well, that's the grass. I probably could stand to tighten up the car here. But let's see what kind of lap we can put down. Again, I assume we're going to do fairly well, considering I'm just very good at this track. But Modified Series has surprised me with its difficulty thus far. So I might be surprised yet again, but I again assume the shortcut's going to really help us. Didn't quite take it as sharp as I could have that time, but it is what it is. I feel like we're going to be fine. Probably going to have a rough initial start, regardless of what row we're going to be. Oh crap. Well, somehow we're still on the pole after that. Don't ask me how. Alright, that's another pole. That is another pole. I'll take it. By an entire second. We got that pole by. So, I'm going to assume we're going to not have any issues here, but I've been proven wrong many times before. But we pulled away to a lead already. Oh. Spotter wasn't very helpful. Spotter really didn't even tell me someone was there until I could already see him. And then I got into Calhoun. Okay, I'm still in the Calhoun. Well, that makes things a little more difficult. That makes things a little more difficult. I wish the spotter would be a little more receptive. I don't even, it almost seems like the spotter in NASCAR 06 was better than the spotter in NASCAR 07, which is pretty sad. Luckily, the 106 car, he's one of those allies that doesn't completely hate us yet. But we're going to pass him quickly so we don't even... Okay, maybe not. There's Ned Shannon, our nemesis from 06 in this series. Hey, that's a teammate. Really? Really, teammate? Okay, these guys seem to get into it a little bit. But we're going to take our shortcut and hopefully get in front of all these guys here. But that was our teammate being aggressive with us. That's a little frustrating. But then again, I probably deserve it. After all the things I've done in recent races. Looks like my controller bugged out again. I really gotta write that on the list of things I need to purchase as a new PlayStation controller. As this controller has gotten a lot of use recently, and I can definitely feel the right trigger being a little less receptive than it used to be. Oh, I forgot to tighten up the car, didn't I? That was something I was going to do. I forgot about that. But this is definitely going to be a little more challenging than the previous race because we managed to screw up the initial start. Even though we are much faster than... Dang it, I really don't want to get into these guys, but they're just so slow. It's really frustrating. I don't want to be a villain. I really don't. I'm a nice guy. For the most part in real life. I really don't like being a villain in this game. See, Ferguson likes us for now. I'm sure I'm going to get into him shortly. Nope, we playing. Haley likes us. So, I like the fact that a decent amount of people actually enjoy us, but it's just the people that hate us that really tip the scales, I guess. We're going to use the grass, try to get underneath Haley, I think it was. I was really hoping we could cut some of this race off, but after that start, not really seeing an opportunity. If we can get past the leader fairly quickly, I can definitely try. Who is this up ahead? Somebody who hates me, probably. Patterson. He has a general hatred towards me. Nothing that'll cause retaliation. But he has a general hatred towards me. We'll try to share draft a little bit. Maybe he won't hate me by the time I get to him. Well, maybe not. I really don't like these first set of corners. I always manage to get into people in these first set of corners. Because there's a quick left and then a quick right. So if you're next to somebody, you're one corner you're fine, but the next corner you're automatically on the outside, and it's just not a good thing. Alright, we have taken the lead. Let's try to pull away a little bit. I probably could go back and help my teammates, but at this point, I think it's probably fair to assume that they don't want my help. And the fact that I'm not really pulling away from this guy either. I have two really good corners. Oh, he screwed up, it looks like. I have two really good corners. The shortcut corner and that last turn right there. But otherwise, I really struggle on this track. But the fact that I have these two really good corners usually outweighs the fact that I struggle at some of the other corners. We'll see how big of a lead we have at the start-finish line, and then I'll decide whether we're going to cut off or not. Probably will, but we'll see. But he's staying right with us. We definitely lose speed in the fast section of the track. Alright, I'm gonna cut off and I'll bring you guys back in if something happens. We are coming to the white flag sponsored by Old Spice, because this episode is all Old Spice all the time, it seems like. We have almost a 3-second lead. Haven't really had any issues. Been a pretty smooth race. We got a little tire wear, which is unusual for this series, but that's nothing to be concerned about. We shouldn't have any issues. We've run a super clean race since I cut off. I have not screwed up once, because if I would have, he would have closed in really quick, because he's actually running a really good race. But I'm definitely starting to pull away. And as we cut through the grass for the final time, we win back-to-back doubleheader weekend sweep, I guess you can call it, at Old Spice. Patterson and Haley finished second and third. We're not going to even try to celebrate, because we proved how much I need help with that. Let's see if we're probably going to be a villain again after this, but who knows? I've been surprised. Yep, villains. We didn't get as much prestige as you would think from winning a race, but it is the modified series, so that's fine. We will run that showdown since we can shave a fair bit amount of stuff off of this episode. So we'll run the showdown with Ryan Newman. We got a phone call. We've been given a raise. Yep, showdown with Ryan Newman at Texas Infield. So let's do that, and then we'll call it a day. I have no idea exactly how long this episode is going to be, so we'll just, if it's a little longer, I'm sorry. If it's a little shorter, I'm sorry. We got a fair bit amount of stuff done. So this is our first showdown, really? Yeah, it is our first showdown, so let's see how things go. I keep getting NASCAR 06 and NASCAR 07 mixed up, because I am doing that stream series of NASCAR 06 now. But, yep, our first showdown at Texas Infield. Kind of one of my mediocre road courses that we do showdowns at, but I think it'll be fine. But let's start the race. We'll get a rough start here, which is typical for these showdowns when you have this custom stock car here. We might have a rough time. This is my first showdown on Legend difficulty, so I don't really know. Definitely gained a ton of... Oh, loose. Oh, crap. Alright, didn't hurt us too bad. We can definitely recover. We can definitely recover from that. I can't wait to see what the Charlotte Roval looks like. I mean, I know there have been course descriptions released, all that, but I can't wait to see how that's going to race. I'm really looking forward to it. One thing that I think would be cool, especially, well, I might regret saying this, but the Xfinity series at Indy has struggled. But this year with the new package, it actually improved. But attendance-wise, it struggles. So maybe do the Indy road course with the Xfinity guys. Take out one of the other road courses and do the Xfinity road course, the Indy road course with the Xfinity guys. That'd be cool. I like the Indy road course. It's a little bland, but it's still a good road course, and it will create a new interest level with the weekend. I mean, I still think that they should be racing at IRP, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So that would be a close second. We got close to passing Newman there, but then I kind of gave him a shove. We're going to try to use this little apron area. Oh, we got into him. But it looks like he's going to recover to win this showdown. So, unfortunately, we did not pass the showdown challenge, but we gave it a run for the money. But we'll head back to the menu, check out the standings. We don't get anything from that because we didn't win. We'll check out the standings and then we'll call it a day. I still got a couple more things to record tonight, so definitely ready to call it a day. Newman will tell us how bad we are. Yep. So we'll head back to the menu, get past the auto save, and then check out the standings. Obviously, we won both of the races we did this episode, so I expect our standings to improve, especially in the trucks. So Truck Series, we are now in 11th. That's an 11-spot improvement, because I believe we were 22nd. So that's a huge improvement there, and we bumped up 2 spots in the Modified Series from 6th to 4th. So we got some work to do in both of these series yet, but we're definitely making some progress after our rough start. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.